Hello everybody, Reggie Time here with a pretty quick vlog and blog update. We're moving it back to Monday for the time being because it was on Fridays as you knew for a while. But we did the end of month review last Wednesday or something, can't remember when, so it didn't seem worth doing one on a Friday. But we're going to do it back to Monday. I'm going to revert back to Monday. We had 5 days of play. We got a little bit to report, so we'll move it back to a Monday. And who knows, it might move again to a different day at some point. We'll try and keep it to Mondays, but if maybe the next time we do an end of month review, I'll just do it the Monday following the end of the month or something, just to keep it on the same day. If you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please do not forget to hit the like button. Please hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and please direct yourself to my Facebook group that is linked below the video. We're getting quite a few new members lately. I'm getting quite a few contact requests. It's all going pretty damn well. Please do keep on joining, keep coming along, and keep getting involved basically. So anyways, on to this week's results. There we go. Not too clever on Hold'em Manager on the tracked sites. We haven't played too many hands. I've been playing the last 3 or 4 days back on Sky and a tiny bit on Unibet. This is mostly Poker Stars. I think there's a little bit of Triple Eight in there, but there's also some PLO in there. We're going to talk about the PLO first, then we'll move on to finding some no limit Hold'em hands to discuss. First of all, why did I play some PLO? Why not, I guess, is the answer. I decided I wanted to have a little go at PLO. I'd been doing pretty well in like different games and things. I was feeling pretty flush, so I even went and invested in Omaha Manager 2, which cost, I think it was $60 or £60, not sure. But anyways, I bought that and thought let's have a bit of a crack at it, and it didn't last too long, which is kind of how my Omaha career goes. But I want to explain first of all why I'm not going to be playing anymore, at least in the near future, until something maybe changes with the way the game's raked. If we look at this, on Triple Eight here, we played 1,850 hands of 50 NL, and we paid $75 in Rake, at probably something like 8 or 9 blinds 100, and that's on like a high-ish raking site, Triple Eight. So we've only been raked at maybe 9 blinds 100. Then we go down to the pot limit Omaha. We only played 1,400 games, 1,400 hands, but we paid almost $50 in Rake. I'm going to say that's going to put the Rake up at easily over 20 big blinds 100. And that is just an absurd amount of Rake to overcome. The raking 20 blinds 100 out of the games, I mean, even if there are like an excessive amount of bad players in there, you've got to win. If you go back to the video a couple of weeks ago when I explained how many losing players you need at a table to overcome a 10 blind 100 Rake, how the fucking hell many do you need to overcome that Rake? And yeah, I might have paid slightly more Rake because I played like maybe a disproportionate amount of large pots, which is why the Rake's a bit higher. Who knows? But I mean, it's fucking absurd. Nearly 2 buy-ins in Rake in just 1,400 hands. So we get to 3,000 hands there, and we've played, say, nearly $100 in Rake. I mean, that's absurd. It's utterly absurd that you're playing that much Rake. And I'm not sure, I mean, the game's probably beatable if you're a real sick Omaha player. I'm not a really sick Omaha player. I mean, I don't know, but it seems to me that that level of Rake is going to be really hard to overcome in the long term. I don't know. So anyways, we'll not be playing PLO for a little while again, until probably I get fed up with Hold'em for a little while. Who knows, I might have a boring dry run in Hold'em and he said fuck it, let's go and have some gamble in PLO. I think PLO tournaments could be very interesting because obviously the Rake's control much better there. That's maybe something I might look at playing some of them, because I do enjoy PLO. I do not enjoy paying that much fucking Rake. It is utterly bonkers, and I have to reassess where PLO fits into my overall like playing portfolio, because I'm clearly not a winning player at PLO just yet. That result means nothing. I think I'm probably, if there was no Rake, I'd be a winning player for sure. But there is Rake, and the Rake's high, and I'm not good enough to beat that Rake at the moment, I don't think. And unless I decided to like dedicate myself to PLO, which I don't feel like I'm going to be doing at the moment, not while that Rake's so high anyway. Who knows, maybe PLO just going to be something I'll do occasionally for a change, just change things up, do something a bit differently, maybe play some tournaments, I'm not sure. But overall, PLO can go fuck itself for the time being. We'll just look at some of the bigger hands we played in that, like, in these 2 sessions. I think we'll just look at like the really big ones. And I'm not going to pretend I played any of these well. I don't think I did. I don't think I played them particularly badly, but not well. These are going to talk about the mistakes I think I made. I don't know PLO well enough to know how big a mistakes they are. I'm not sure we should defend pairs too much in PLO, especially like raggedy pairs like this. So this might just be a full pre, I'm not sure. But I didn't, I called. Again, so he's playing 68-38. I guess it can't be terrible. We flop an overpair and a flush draw, and all the money goes in. And I think I probably overplayed this. I don't think it's pretty, but I don't know. This is the problem. In PLO, in No Limit, when I review hands, I can usually spot if I've made a mistake or not. Here, I don't know. It feels like I made a mistake pre. It feels like I probably overplayed it post flop. I think this one just completely butchered. Anyways, we just lost, and that was that one. Here we are. We have the aces. We have a player raising, complete unknown. We 3-bet the aces. That is to maximum. I was just potting everything, and we pick up 2 callers. And at this point, I mean, we've got a really dry board. We have the overpair. That means we just go with a bet, I guess. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. We have a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and we have the overpair. This guy just calls. So at the moment I'm thinking, yeah, well, we're probably good. I mean, if he's got a set or something, who knows? 7 of hearts comes, and at this point we've got just a pot size bet left. And again, this could be massively mad. This could just be a check fold. I don't know. Not having hearts probably is really, really shit. And as you can see, this guy actually turns up with the 5-4. Sorry, I should be turning the whole cards off. So we'll do this for future reference. I don't want to upset Cal too much, but he's right. You know, it does make it less of an experience when the whole cards are shown. So we bomb. He calls with the nuts, and there you go. We just lose. Oh, we have aces again. There's a surprise. We pot it. We get repotted. Oh no, we don't get repotted. So we just get like a smallish 3-bet, which I think is probably quite bad. I think you should just be like potting. If you're playing PLO, I watched Jay Nandez quite a lot. He just advocates potting everything. So I'm presuming he's made a mistake there with his sizing. Anyways, we repot. He calls. 6-10 jack. We have a shit end of a straight draw, which I'm not too excited about, but I mean it's probably worth a tiny amount of EV or equity, sorry. And we have a pot size bet left. Well, less than a pot size bet left actually. So he goes all in. We go all in, and he goes all in, and we turn the set, which is sweet. Not sweet enough because the king queen just comes and absolutely bums us. So that's 3 of those hands. That one's not really worth looking at. Can we go into this next session? You're going to be more overplaying by me here, I would imagine. So again, we have the aces. We pot it. We get 3-bet. I 4-bet. He calls. Again, a pretty dry board in terms of what are we going to do now? We've got 150% pot. He checks. We pot it just to obviously deny equity, or to try and deny equity. He jams. We call, and he gets we flopped the world. He flopped middle set and a flush draw, and we were pretty rough. A lot of losing pots here. And unfortunately, there were some winning ones too, but we're not going to look at too many PLO because I'm aware it's a no limit hold'em channel. We call and all that. Not sure about that. I mean, the deuce really hurts us here, but I guess versus someone who's playing 58-58, it can't be terrible. We flop an open ender with top pair. He bets. We call. We turn a straight there. Yeah, we turned a straight. He bets. We go all in. He calls, and then he bets 25 cents on the rim. And we just call, and of course he's got the flush. So that one bummed. And that was kind of, I'm not going to go through them all. That was kind of the story of my PLO week. We did end up losing $92 overall at PLO, which isn't the end of the world, whatever. I mean, that's PLO for you, isn't it? You're going to have these fucking rampant swings. And I can handle swings. Swings don't ask me. That asks me a lot. These $47. over just 1,400 hands. I can't have that. I mean, I'm used to paying like between 7 and 9 blinds 100 in Rake. God knows what that is, but it's a lot. It's a lot of Rake. It's over 20 blinds 100, as far as I can tell. And I just think for where my PLO game is at the moment, it's insurmountable, and I don't want to dedicate too much time to learning a game where the Rake is just fucking out of this world. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pause while I set up the No Limit Hold'em part, and then we'll look at some of the Hold'em hands that we played. So here we are with the No Limit Hold'em section. We're just going to probably review down, well, we'll just look at the ones that are on the screen, and we'll go with, we'll just work from top to bottom anyway. Here we are with the Ace King. This is on 888 and a 15L table. We squeeze with the Ace King. We get one caller. We flop top. How wonderfully interesting. He checks shoves. We flick it in. And I mean, his play with Ace Jack there is clearly lamentable. But we'll take it. And that's a regular, just, well, someone with, no, not a regular. Someone who's probably trying to play OK poker, just like flipping out with top pair. I haven't reviewed any of these, by the way, so these are going to be new to me in terms of the weighted one that was they are to you. So we 3-bet, that's what we're playing here, 25 NL, so that's what, 10, not enough. That 3-bet's probably not big enough versus a 5x isolation raise. That is not even close to being big enough. That is not clever from me. If I want to go with a 3-bet here, I would much rather see myself make it at least 350. That's a poor sizing by me. We pick up the caller. He checks. We take a stab, which I guess is okay in position. 2 overs backdoor flush draw. Don't love it by a long way, but I guess I'm just trying to put pressure on 2 high cards, like deny equity, that type of thing. So we call, turn to Jack. I hope I bet again here. And it's a good card for us to barrel on. It's going to put a ton of pressure on his pocket 8s, pocket 7s, etc. And we do pick up quite a bit of equity. So yes, I do barrel. He check min raises. Or virtually check min raises anyway, which is amusing. I shouldn't really be chasing flushes on paired boards when we get check min raised in 3-bet pots. That excuse me. That's what I shouldn't be doing here. But I deny any man. Sorry, I'd praise any man who has the discipline to fold here for like $3, getting absurd pot odds. We call, we make our flush. He leads out for the full pot. I mean, at this point, I guess we have to call and just lose to Jack's full or whatever. Yeah, and we do. Oh, a bit of full ring, bit of fruity full ring action. So we isolate a weak type player with the aces. Maybe could have gone bigger there. I think I'd have preferred to see myself go 125, but it's not that important. We get called 4-bet. I just go for the slow play here, probably because I'm presuming I'd looking at his stats, which are pretty laggy. I'm guessing that's why we've gone for the slow play. We just don't want to blow him off his like any silly bluffs he's got or anything. He bets. That is fruity. I'm not sure why I've min raised there. I mean, I guess I'm just not. I'm presuming my thought process right now was just give him a chance to make another mistake. Hopefully he just like jams it in with king queen or with some kind of flush draw or some kind of bluff. Not much to say about it. I don't think looking back at it now, it feels kind of shit, to be honest with you. Doesn't feel good, but I will do this with these like bad aggressive players sometimes. I just reopen the bet into them, and if you make it too big, it kind of doesn't create any illusion of fold equity. So this is something I will sometimes do against bad aggressive players. I'll make very, very small raises pre-flop, post-flop, sorry, just to reopen the bet into them. I'm not sure it's great on this board. I think we should either just call or jam. But well, we got what we wanted. We got him to jam. Sadly, he had the toppest of sets, which wasn't really that much good to us when we just got a bare pair of aces. have a look at this one. So we squeeze with the ace queen. Oh, I remember this hand now. This is a fucking... Brought one of my own cardinal rules here. I was listening to some music, I was changing some music, and this was just a total fucking misclick. I butchered it. This isn't a misclick. This is just like a c-bet, just against someone who's like pretty loose aggressive, just trying to, again, just capitalise, pick up on any dead money that's there. I don't think it's the greatest of c-bets of all time. I think it certainly could have made a smaller c-bet. I think we could just have check folded, possibly. But we have the overcard, we had the good shot. I think the c-bet's, it's okay. He goes all in. I mean, this is just like the most obvious clear fold of all time. This isn't me thinking, oh, I need to call this bet because I'm getting bluffed and I think I've got the best hand. It's just an absolute pure misclick, and I was fucking raging. Really was really mega annoyed. Yeah, I clicked call. It was a pure mistake. It's cost me however many dollars it's cost me, $35.22, which is fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Then he just had the king jack. That's irrelevant what he's got. God knows what he must think of me. Fucking no idea what he must think of me. That is just like a pure misclick, but whatever. Call him open with the queen jack. Checks, we take a stabbing position. Obviously he's trying to make him fold pairs, equity. He calls, we turn the nuzzles, he leads out, we make a reasonable size raise, he decides to go all in, we call, and he, again, it's just another regular, really overplaying in a marginal situation. Two aces, raise, re-raise, 4-bet, call. Wow, top set. Oh, we play well. Tiny bet. Maybe could even bet a little bit bigger there, but I mean, unless he's got a set or a flush draw, he's probably just going to fuck off and get out of the way. We turn the boat because poker's easy. Bet small again. He calls, and then we just jam the river. He calls, and we just cooled him off. How interesting. Another full ring hand. This time 16 and L. Full ring. We get two callers. We got the overpair. Someone leads into us. We raise. He calls. Turn top set because that's what you do when you're good. We bet. He goes all in. We call. And he had 10-5 of clubs. Despite playing just 11/0, he manages to have 10-5 of clubs. Goers. 25 and no zoom hand, I presume. We flop the overpair. You get donked into by someone we have no knowledge of. We just call. Folds. We turns. Not really that useful to us, but it doesn't hurt us either. We check it back. We river the nut full house. He leads. We go all in. He calls. And another cooler, and this is how zoom works and full ring works. There are a lot of like coolers that we're reviewing here, but that's just kind of how the game works. It's very rare you'll play big pots in zoom unless you're playing against someone who's tilting or spewing. If it's not just like two people that are like somewhere near the tops of their ranges, in my opinion, that's how it seems to work anyway. We raise the ace king, we get 3-bet, pop the 4-bet in. He goes all in, we call, whatever. And we struck out on kings. So, there you go. That's the end of the like hand reviewing, if you will. The last thing we've got to do is move up to how we've done our Sky this week, or Sky and Unibet as it happens. And this is all the play on Sky. We haven't played too long. We put like a couple of longish sessions in, but we start off like losing 34 quid. But by the end of by the end of this little session, we got like the 34 back there, so we're 3 down, 16 up, 16 plus 8, 105 up on Sky and Unibet. And I also finished second in a tournament. I think I got 118 back, and it cost me 10 to enter. So we made like 100. We made 109 on Sky and Unibet. So we made 109 on Sky and Unibet, plus that, whatever we said that was. So about 200 up on that over the week, which kind of offsets our PLO losses. And yeah, it's been an okay week. It's not been ideal because of the PLO losses, but we've learned something. We've kind of made a little bit of progress down the let's not play PLO route, and yeah, we're just plodding on, and we're playing pretty well on Sky. I feel when I do go and play there, I've been playing quite tight, game selecting well, and just kind of hopefully collecting quite a bit of money. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we intend to try and do going forwards. If you guys have any questions about any of the hands I've played, or just any questions or comments in general, I'd be delighted to read them. But I think that's about it for this week's update. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.